Hello students, I am Manoj Kundare, the Assistant Professor of Electronic Science. Welcome back to our e-learning platform. In previous video, we were studied how the depletion layer and the barrier potential is formed in an unbiased p-n junction. The link of the previous video is available in the description box. Please check it. Now, in this video, we are going to see what is meant by the p-n junction diode. Let's see, a p-n junction with two metallic contacts, anode and cathode, is known as the p-n junction diode. Here is the structure of p-n junction diode is shown. The p-type material and n-type material are joined together to form a junction known as p-n junction. A metallic contact is connected with the p-type material known as anode, while the metallic contact which connected with the n-type material is known as cathode. Here is the symbol for the p-n junction diode is shown. This is the anode and the line side is a cathode. This is the anode and this is the cathode. This is the actual p-n junction diode in which the ring side is represents the cathode of the p-n junction diode. Here is a ring side it represents the cathode of the p-n junction diode, while the other terminal is the anode. I hope you all understand the p-n junction diode. This is the symbol of the p-n junction diode and this is the actual p-n junction diode. Here is the ring side is given. This ring side represents the cathode of the p-n junction diode, while the other side is the anode of the p-n junction diode. Now let's see the biasing of the p-n junction diode. What is meant by biasing? Biasing means to give it a power supply. A p-n junction diode can be biased in three regions such as zero biased region, forward biased region or reverse biased region. We can also call it is as zero bias mode, forward bias mode or and the reverse bias mode. Let's see the description about each one by one. First of all, let's see the p-n junction diode in zero bias region or in zero bias mode. This point is already studied in the previous video. Let's see once again. At room temperature, some electrons in the n side diffuses into p side and becomes an immobile negative ion. Similarly, at n side, positive immobile ions are formed. The formation of the immobile ions across the junction causes the generation of depletion layer, or it is also called as the space charge region. In this depletion region, a potential difference is developed. Here, potential difference means voltage. This potential difference or this voltage acts as the barrier for the further recombination of electrons and holes. Hence, it is called as the barrier potential. Let's see this description on the diagram. This is the diagram of a p-n junction diode in unbiased mode. As previously we learned that unbiased means there is no external power supply is applied across anode and cathode. What happens here? Here n-type has the electrons as the majority charge carriers, while p-type has the holes are the majority charge carriers. The electrons in the n-type material are jumps across the junction and enters in the p-type region and becomes an immobile negative ion. Similarly, the holes process the junction, enters into n-type region and becomes a positive immobile ion at n side. Here is the region is formed is known as the depletion layer or the space charge region. Within this region, a potential difference is created. The potential difference means and voltage is developed. This voltage is acts as the barrier for the further recombination of electrons and holes. That means when the barrier potential is developed across this region, then this electron cannot enter into this side. Similarly, this hole cannot enter into this side. Here is the further recombination stops, hence this potential is called as the barrier potential. I hope you all understand the PN junction diode in zero biased region. Now let's see the PN junction diode in forward bias region or in forward bias mode. When the p-type semiconductor or anode is connected to the positive terminal of the battery and n-type semiconductor or cathode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, then the arrangement is called as forward biasing of PN junction diode. Let's see once again. When the p-type semiconductor or anode is connected to the positive terminal of battery and n-type semiconductor or cathode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, then the arrangement is called as the forward biasing of the PN junction diode. Here is in this diagram the p-type terminal or the anode is connected to the positive terminal of the battery and n-type terminal is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. That means anode is connected to positive terminal and cathode is connected to the negative terminal. This is called as the forward biasing of the PN junction diode. We can also represent this on a symbolic diagram or on a circuit diagram. Here is, we know that the ring side is a cathode while the other side is anode. Here is the anode is connected with the positive terminal and cathode is connected to the negative terminal. That means this diode is in forward biased mode. I hope you all understand the connections of the forward bias mode. Now let's see what happens in forward bias mode. The electrons in the N region are repelled by the negative terminal of the battery towards the junction. Similarly, the holes in the P region are repelled by the positive terminal of the battery towards the junction. This causes the reduction in the width of the depletion layer. When the forward voltage becomes greater than the barrier potential, the current flows through the diode. Now let's see this on a diagram. What happens here? Here we know that the n-type semiconductor materials has the electrons as the majority charge carriers, while the p-type semiconductor materials has the holes are the majority charge carriers. The n-type semiconductor materials are connected with the negative terminal of the battery. Here is the negative charge is connected with the n-type material. N-type material consists the electrons, and we know that the electron has the negative charge on it. That means here are the like charges are present, and we know the rule that the like charges are repels each other and the dislike charges are attracts with each other. That means when there is the combination of positive and negative appears, then there is attraction of the charges, and when there is the negative negative or the positive positive charges are appears, then there is the repulsion of the charges. That means the electrons are repelled by this negative terminal of battery towards the junction. That means these electrons are repelled towards the junction. Similarly, the p-type material has the holes as the majority charge carriers. The holes have positive charge and this is connected with the positive terminal of the battery. Here is again a positive positive combination is occurs. We know that here is also a like charges are again comes. Then when the like charges are present, then there is the repulsion of the charges. That means these holes are repelled by the positive terminal of the battery towards the junction. That means holes are repelled by the positive charge towards the junction. Similarly, electrons are repelled by the negative charges of the junction. Hence, this causes the reduction in the width of the depletion layer. That means here, due to this forward bias condition, the depletion layer width becomes narrow. Okay. Now, when the barrier potential across the PN junction breaks, then current starts flowing through the diode. That means the diode is in the conducting stage. Now, next, the voltage at which diode starts conducting is called as the knee voltage or cut-in voltage. The value of the knee voltage for the silicon is 0.7 volt and for the germanium is 0.3 volt. In forward bias condition, the current flows in milliamperes. In forward bias mode, the PN junction diode acts as the closed switch. That means the electrons are repelled by the negative terminal of the battery towards the junction. Similarly, holes are repelled by the positive terminal of the battery towards the junction. This causes the reduction in the depletion width. Hence, what happens here? Here, the recombination of electrons and holes takes place and current starts flowing through the diode. But for the silicon, the barrier potential is 0.7 volt. Hence, up to 0.7 volt, diode does not conduct any current. But when we increase the forward voltage above the 0.7 volt, then diode starts conducting the current. Similarly, for the germanium, this value is 0.3 volt. The barrier potential for the silicon is 0.7 volt and the barrier potential for the germanium is 0.3 volt. I hope you all understand the concept here. Now again, what happens here is, in forward bias mode, the PN junction diode acts as the closed switch. That means, what is the operation of switch? It connects the two terminals. In forward bias mode, this switch is pressed. That means the current flows in this direction. Okay. Now, the voltage at which the diode starts conducting is called as the knee voltage or cut-in voltage. Here is the VI characteristics of the PN junction diode in forward biased mode is shown. This x-axis represents the forward voltage while the y-axis represents the forward current. As we seen previously that the barrier potential for the silicon is 0.7 volt. That means up to 0.7 volt the diode current is almost zero. But when the 0.7 volt or the above value of the forward voltage appears, then diode starts conducting a large current. This current is in milliamperes. This value is 0.3 volt for the germanium diode. I hope you all understand the PN junction diode in forward biased mode. Now let's see the PN junction diode in reverse bias region or in reverse bias mode. It is the connection of the reverse bias mode is very simple. That means whatever the connections in the forward bias mode, the opposite connections are made in the reverse bias mode. Let's see what types of connections are made in the reverse bias mode. When the p-type semiconductor or anode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery and n-type semiconductor or cathode is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, then the arrangement is called as the reverse biasing of the PN junction diode. Let's see this description on the diagram, as here the n-type terminal is connected with the positive terminal of the battery and the p-type terminal is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. This connection is called as the p-n junction diode in reverse bias mode. Or we can see this on a circuit diagram, that here is, we know that the ring side is cathode and the other side is anode. The anode is connected with the negative terminal of the battery and the cathode is connected with the positive terminal of the battery. Then such arrangement is called as the p-n junction diode in a reverse bias mode. What happens in the reverse bias mode? Let's see. Electrons in the n region are attracted by the positive terminal of the battery away from the junction. Similarly, the holes in the p region are attracted by the negative terminal of the battery. This is the negative terminal of the battery away from the junction. This causes the increase in the width of the depletion layer. When the reverse voltage becomes greater than the breakdown voltage, the diode breaks down and large current flows through the diode. Let's see this description on the diagram. What happens here? Here the n-type semiconductor is connected with the positive terminal of the battery and the p-type semiconductor is connected with the negative terminal of the battery. We know that in n-type semiconductor, electrons are the majority charge carriers and in p-type semiconductor, holes are the majority charge carriers. The n-type semiconductor is connected with the positive terminal of the battery and we know that the electron has the negative charge on it. Hence there is a positive and negative charge appears. When the opposite charges are appears, then there is the attraction of the charge. That means these electrons are attracted by this positive terminal. Similarly, the holes are connected with the negative terminal. Holes are having the positive charge. Here again positive and negative charge combination occurs. That means these positive holes are attracted by the negative terminal of the battery. That means during this process the depletion layer width increases. The increase in the depletion layer width causes no current flows in the circuit. I hope you all understand the concept of the reverse bias in the p-n junction diode. Let's see what happens next. The voltage at which diode breaks down and large current flows is known as the breakdown voltage. In reverse bias condition, a small current flows in microampere due to the minority charge carriers. In reverse bias mode, the p-n junction diode acts as the open switch. What happens here? Here we seen that due to this reverse bias condition, the width of the depletion layer increased, and due to increase in the depletion layer width, there is no current flows through the diode. But when we increase this negative voltage at a certain value, then this depletion layer or this junction breaks down and large current flows through the diode. The value at which this junction breaks is known as the breakdown voltage. Okay, let's see this on the VI characteristics of PN junction diode in reverse bias mode. This is the negative voltage and the negative current. What happens in reverse bias mode? A small reverse saturation current is flows due to the minority charge carriers. This is the very important here, that in reverse bias condition the reverse saturation current flows due to minority charge carriers, but when at a certain value of the reverse voltage the diode breaks down and large current flows through the diode, the voltage at which junction breakdowns is called as the breakdown voltage. Here, the PN junction diode it acts as the open switch. That means, the PN junction diode acts as an open switch. We learned that in forward bias mode, the PN junction diode acts as the closed switch. That means current can flow through the circuit, but in this reverse bias condition, the switch is acts as the open circuit. That means ideally there is no current flows in this mode. Okay, now let's see the combined VI characteristics of the PN junction diode. This part is represents the forward bias mode and this part represents the reverse bias mode. In forward bias mode, that means when the positive terminal of the battery is connected with the anode of the diode and negative terminal of the battery is connected with the cathode of the diode, then such type of arrangement is called as the forward bias mode. What happens in this type of combination? A small current flows up to the knee voltage, and after the knee voltage a large current flows through the circuit. The voltage at which the large current flows is known as knee voltage, or it is also called as the cut-in voltage. Similarly, in reverse bias condition, the connections are very simple. That means the opposite of the connections in the PN junction diode, opposite in the PN junction diode in forward bias mode. That means the anode is connected, now the negative terminal of the battery, and cathode is connected with the positive terminal of the battery. In this type of connections, a small current flows in microampere due to the minority charge carriers, and at a certain value this junction breaks down and large current flows. The voltage at which this junction breaks down is known as the breakdown voltage. I hope you all understand the concept of the VI characteristics of the PN junction diode. Let's see the definitions of the knee voltage and the reverse breakdown voltage once again. In forward mode, the forward voltage at which the diode starts conducting is called as the knee voltage or cut-in voltage. In reverse bias mode, the reverse voltage at which diode breaks down and large current flows is called as the reverse breakdown voltage. Now let's see the difference between the ideal characteristics of the PN junction diode and the practical characteristics of the PN junction diode. Ideally, what happens at very small voltage or at zero voltage, the diode starts conducting, and in reverse bias mode there is no current flows in the circuit. Practically it is not possible due to the manufacturing defects or any other impurities present in the construction. Now let's see the short summary about today's lecture. What happens in the forward bias mode? In forward bias mode, p-type semiconductor or the anode is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, and n-type semiconductor or cathode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. In reverse bias mode, the opposite connections are shown. That means these terminals are opposite. Here is opposite terminals. That means p-type is connected, that means anode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery and cathode is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. Now what happens in the forward bias mode? In forward bias mode, the electrons in the n-type material are repelled by the negative terminal of the battery, due to the battery terminal is negative and charge on electron is also negative. Here is the negative negative combinations occur, and we know that the negative negative combination means there is a repulsion of the charges occurs. That means these electrons are repelled by the negative terminal of the battery towards the junction. Similarly, holes are repelled by the positive terminal of the battery towards the junction. This causes the reduction in the width of the depletion layer above the value of the barrier potential, the forward voltage. The diode starts the conducting condition. The value of the barrier potential for the silicon is 0.7 volt, and for that of germanium it is 0.3 volt. Now what happens in the reverse bias condition? Let's see. In reverse bias condition, we know that the electrons have negative charge and it is connected with the positive terminal of the battery. This causes the electron goes away from the junction. That means these electrons are attracted towards the positive terminal of the battery. Similarly, the holes are attracted towards the negative terminal of the battery. That means these holes and electrons both are goes away from the junction. This causes the width of the depletion layer increases. Due to this increased in the depletion layer width, the current cannot flow through the circuit. That means in forward bias mode, the application of the forward bias mode can be used as it is as like a closed switch. That means current can easily flows, and in reverse bias mode it acts as an open switch. That means current cannot flows through this type of circuit. Now here is the actual action is shown in forward bias mode and in reverse bias mode. What happens in forward bias mode? In forward bias mode, the holes and electrons are comes to each other, and in reverse bias mode a depletion layer width increases. Here is a depletion layer width increased is shown. Where is here is the depletion layer width increased is shown. That means in forward bias mode the diode conducting, and in reverse bias mode the current cannot flows through the diode. Hence the diode is called as the unidirectional devices. Due to this property, the diode is unidirectional in nature. Hence the diode can be used as a switch. The diode can be used as a switch, or the other application of the diode that it can be used as a rectifier. There are two main applications of the diode. First one is it can be used as a switch, and second one is it can be used as an rectifier. I hope you all understand what is meant by PN junction diode. The PN junction diode in zero bias mode, in forward bias mode, and in reverse bias mode. Also, I hope you all know what are the applications of the PN junction diode. Thank you.